Hey great people, welcome back to Insight with Pape Masa, and today I'm looking at a certain human behavior, or is it a response that is vomiting, or some people call it throwing up. I know some people are already like yuck. Because, well, it's medically proven that some people have a phobia of vomiting, like they fear vomiting, or even they don't like seeing other people vomit. And it perhaps is something that I should look into when I'm looking at my next insights. And there's actually a scientific name for that called emetophobia. So I think I'll be looking at emetophobia, the fear of vomiting, in one of my insights very soon. Throwing up, or rather vomiting, is something that almost all mammals partake, but some mammals don't. It's actually one of the most universally dreaded human behaviors. It's useful because it helps us get rid of dangerous substances from our bodies, and that prevents us from getting sick. But I'm not talking about the vomiting that, you know, when you're pregnant. Not that kind of vomiting. And also most people experience vomiting when they are sick. That is probably because it helps in the healing process, because it gets rid of the toxic substances from our systems. And so I'm looking at this, and I found out that in the animal kingdom, vomiting is not universal, because rodents generally are known to never experience vomiting. We're talking about squirrels, we're talking about mice, we're talking about rats, we're talking about beavers, and then there are also others that are called gophers. So these rodents can never actually vomit. And so scientists were not able to find out the reason as to why they couldn't for a very long time, until recently. And they found out that the reason as to why rodents cannot vomit is related to, one, their brain, and then two is the anatomy of their digestive tract, like how it is structured. So when looking at the brain of the rodents, the scientists found, well, before their findings, they had to do an experiment. And so they decided to give substances that are universally known to bring out feelings of nausea and vomiting in other animals. So they gave this to the rodents, but they didn't exhibit any of the mouth, throat, and shoulder and nerve activity that is normally associated with throwing up, meaning that there was no kind of response when they were looking at these parts of their systems. Because of that, the researchers concluded that the rodent's brain does not actually have the neurological circuits that allow for vomiting. The other reason is the anatomy of their digestive tract, and here we're looking at their diaphragms. So it is said that rodents have weaker diaphragms than those of other species, and so their stomachs are not designed to allow contents to easily move up the throat through the esophagus. Okay, so that is the reason as to why they can never vomit. But if you look at it, it's not actually beneficial to them in any way, because perhaps it will be an adaptation for something. But again, this works against them, because when you look at how rat poison works, perhaps it works that way, or rather it kills rodents because they can't vomit. Because if you're saying that vomiting helps to get rid of toxic substances, it means that once the poison is into their systems, they can't get rid of them, and so that is why they're able to get dead, or rather to die from rat poison. But it's just important for me to say rodents are not the only exception. We can also look at horses. They never throw up as well. But when you're looking at the horses, it is believed that it is related to their physiology and anatomy. But that wasn't our concern today. I was just trying to let you know that rodents never throw up, and the reason is related to their brain, as well as the digestive tract, like the structure of how they are. So I hope you've learned something. Until next time, Akuj Kidar. It's bye for now.